Hello everyone, welcome back to the another virtual class of ISC History. So today we are going to discuss the courses of the Second World War. So let me remind you, in the previous three videos I taught you about the aggressive policy of Italy, then Germany, and in the third video we discussed about the Anglo-French appeasement policy. So before I start the course of the Second World War, I would like to remind you about the causes. What were the causes of the Second World War? So definitely dissatisfaction of the Treaty of Versailles. Germany also was not happy with the treaty. Even Italy also was not happy with the Treaty of Versailles and all. Okay, and then there was a rise of fascism, then the rise of Nazism. Okay, and then one after another they followed the aggressive policy. Italy also followed the aggressive policy. Germany also followed the aggressive policy. Okay. So in the previous videos we discussed that in 1939 Germany annexed Czechoslovakia and then Poland, and with the invasion of Poland the Second World War started. So how this World War II continued and what all happened during this course of the Second World War, we are going to discuss one by one. Okay, so I have written down here some of the topics that we are going to discuss now. So that is, the first one is invasion of Poland, then Russia invaded Poland. Okay, this will be taken together. Then there was a halt during the war, which was described by the American press as Phoney War, then invasion of Denmark and Norway, and then Holland, Belgium and France. Okay, so this we will be discussing one by one. Okay, so you know that on 1st of September 1939, 1st of September, okay, let me write the date, 1st of September 1939, okay, Germany invaded Poland. So as you know that Germany from the very beginning wanted to connect with the East Prussia, which has become very far away from the mainland of Germany. They wanted to have a Danzig corridor, but that was denied to them by the Polish government. Ultimately the time has come that after following the aggressive policy, okay, Germany now are in a position to invade Poland. So 1st of September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Okay, so when Germany invaded Poland, from the other side, Russia also invaded Poland. Why Russia was so much interested in Poland? But let me remind you that during the First World War, when USSR surrendered to Germany, Russia had to surrender three important territories like Lithuania was there, Estonia was there, Latvia was there. That has been surrendered to Germany. Okay, so when Poland was created as a new country, okay, so those territories of Russia also was incorporated into Poland. That is why they wanted to have those territories back again. Okay, so 1st of September 1939, Poland was invaded by Germany. Okay, and then Polish government could not resist for a longer time. Okay, within a week all the resistance of Polish government, that means Poland completely collapsed, and then finally Poland was captured by Germany. And on the other side, as per the agreement made out between Russia and Germany, Russia also invaded from the eastern side, and the eastern part of Poland was captured by Russia. Those territories which were captured by Russia were Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. So let me write it down. Okay, so it is over here. Estonia, Latvia, and one more is there. So these three territories, the eastern part of that means Russia was captured. Okay, that means the this part was captured by Russia. Okay, and after capturing Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania, then Russia invaded Finland. Okay, Finland also was captured by Russia. So this is how the World War to start it. Okay, so that is in the month of November 1939. Finland also was captured by or attacked by Russia. Okay, now then there is a small halt which has been described by the American press as Phoney War. What actually is mean by Phoney War? So that means we can say in a proper sentence that 5 months of inactive. Okay, or we can say that 5 months of inaction after the invasion of Poland. After the invasion of Poland, there was a 5-month gap where nothing took place. So during this 5 months of inaction from German side has been described by American press as the Phoney War. Okay, so American press described this as a Phoney War. We can say that the term Phoney War was coined by American press to make it a clear understanding that there is no action after the invasion of Poland. Okay, so this was Phoney War. Okay, but the Phoney War was completely scattered, my dear, because Germany during this period thought that when they invaded Czechoslovakia, there was a negotiation from Britain and France side. They were hoping for the same, because one thing we must understand over here was that Germany never thought of a war. Full scale in war, they never thought of it. They thought that we'll annex Poland like earlier. The French and English government will come and negotiate peace with them. That is why there was a halt of 5 months. Okay, so Germany remained inactive as it hoped that France and England will negotiate peace with them. So that is why they remained behind the respective line of control during this period. Okay, but after 5 months of inaction from the side, Germany invaded Denmark and Norway. Okay, Germany decided to invade Norway. Okay, Germany decided to invade Denmark and then Norway. So in April 1940, okay, 1940, so Denmark and Norway were attacked by Germany simultaneously. So Norway, the Swedish iron and ore, okay, so was very important iron and ore zone over there. That is why they wanted to invade Norway. So first they attacked Denmark, brought under the control, and after Denmark they attacked Norway. Okay, the port Narvik was the main outlet of Swedish iron and ore. That is why Norway, after that Narvik also was captured. Okay, so this was the most important strategy being applied by Germany. Okay, so after attacking Denmark and after Norway, so Germany now had access to iron and ore as well as the base of these countries. Now Germany could utilize it for their further attacks. Okay, so next one, after Norway, so they now decided, okay, Holland, Belgium and then France. Okay, so in the year 1940, so let me tell you, 10th of May 1940. So 10th of May 1940, Hitler attacked Holland, Belgium and then France simultaneously. One after another, these three countries were attacked. Okay, so during this attack they used panzers, tanks were used, as well as air force was used. Okay, and even the lightning attack of Germany, that was known as Blitzkrieg, that could not be withstand. That means these countries, Holland, France, Belgium, they could not withstand the lightning attack of Germany for long. Okay, so that means Dutch army surrendered after 4 days. Only for 4 days they could withstand German forces, and then Belgium surrendered at the end of 1940. Okay, So this is how Germany planned the attack, and one after another they attacked Holland, then Belgium, and then France. Okay, so Belgium completely was under the control by the end of May 1940. So this is how the tactics they played over by the German forces. So during these phases, Germany was very powerful. So you can see here the success of Germany. Invasion of Poland, success. Okay, Denmark, success. Norway, success. And then Holland was captured, success. Belgium, then France. Okay, so this is all about from this initial phase of the courses of the Second World War. Okay, now the next we'll discuss about is Dunkirk Incident. So after the fall of Belgium, in the year 1940, Germany marched towards France. Okay, and the German troops attacked France and trapped the British. You can see here, British forces were there. British, Belgian. Okay, as well as British, Belgian, and French. So these three countries' forces were surrounded by Germany when they attacked France. Okay, so large number of British forces, French forces, and the Belgian forces got surrounded by German army. Okay, and this was a time that Germany was in a very powerful position. So now what next? So the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill now decided to save or evacuate, or we can say take a rescue mission to save the lives of those soldiers trapped in France. Okay, so in this situation they never thought about weapons and all. They were mostly concerned about saving the lives of those lakhs of soldiers. Okay, so they started Operation Dynamo. Okay, Operation Dynamo to rescue those trapped soldiers from France. Okay, so all this became possible due to the strong determination of the Prime Minister of Britain, that is Churchill, and then finally they became successful in evacuating those soldiers from the port of Dunkirk. That is why the whole incident is been described in history as a Dunkirk Incident. So Dunkirk is a name of a port. So those soldiers are to be brought to that port, and through the English Channel they will be brought back to their respective countries. Okay, so it is mentioned that after this they became successful in saving the lives of 3,38,226 troops. Okay, that means 3,38,000. Let me write it. 3,38,226 troops. They all were evacuated. Okay, and this was one of the remarkable achievement from the side of Britain. Okay, but this was a great disaster for Britain, my dear, because large number of weapons, large number of arms and weapons, they had to leave it over. Only the soldiers were brought back to their respective countries. Okay, and British Prime Minister described this whole rescue mission as a miracle of deliverance, because this was impossible for them. From among the clutches of the enemies, the soldiers were brought back safely. Okay, because many of the historians were of the opinion that this evacuation became successful because there was a small halt. Okay, during from the German side. That is why they got enough chances to plan and to evacuate or to rescue those soldiers trapped in the hands of Germany. Okay, so this is one of the colossal disaster It is been mentioned also colossal disaster. Why it is called colossal disaster? Because large number of arms and ammunition, tanks and all the military equipments had to be left over there. They left it over there, and only the soldiers were evacuated from the port of Dunkirk, and the whole incident is known as Dunkirk Incident. Okay, British Belgian forces were trapped there when Germany attacked, and the British Prime Minister Cameron now launched an Operation Dynamo to rescue those soldiers trapped over there. Whether it was France, Belgian or British soldiers, that was not the matter. They wanted to save those 3 lakh. It was more than 3 lakh or something like that. Okay, and finally 3,38,226 troops were saved successfully. Okay, so after the Dunkirk incident, German army then entered France, and Paris was captured. Paris was completely captured. Okay, and finally on 22nd of June. Okay, 22nd of June, France surrendered. Okay, so you can see here Paris, 14th of June Paris was captured, and on 22nd of June France completely surrendered. Paris is the capital of France. Okay, then after that ceasefire was signed between France and Germany. Okay, so during this consideration, German army then occupied northern France and allied Atlantic coast. Okay, and Marshal Pétain was allowed to rule the unoccupied France. Okay, so that is all about occupation of France. So now you can see here, Holland also is captured, Belgium is also captured, France is also captured. Okay, so Norway, that is Swedish and iron ore, also is under control of Germany. So this is the time when Germany was in a very strong position. One after another they were becoming victorious, and that is mentioned in history also. But now after this incident, okay, after the attack of France completely, there is a long halt, and then there is a Battle of Britain. Battle of Britain. Okay, so Battle of Britain. So it has been seen that Battle of Britain was one of the turning point of the Second World War. Now the question arises, why? Why there was the turning point, or what made the historians feel that the tactical mistakes being committed by Germany? So it has been mentioned that after the fall of France, if Germany could have attacked Britain soon after the fall of France, then the world map could have been different. But they took a long time to take action. Okay, so it is mentioned that Germany took almost 2 months. See, France is captured. After 2 months of gap, they attacked Britain, and that war between Britain and Germany is known as a Battle of Britain. So what all happened? What was the strategy of Germany? So actually Germany wanted to break the morale of British government. Okay, Germany wanted to break, or they decided to bring Britain on their knees. Okay, so what did they do? They attacked, they bombarded the city of London. Okay, radar stations were bombarded, ammunition factories were bombarded. Okay, city of London was bombarded. That means large number of civilians lost their lives. Okay, and this was a lightning attack, blitzkrieg. But during this period, Britain could not understand what to do, how to retaliate it back. Okay, so initially Britain have faced a lot of destruction, but after some time, British Royal Air Force also started a counter attack. Okay, and then finally Germany realized that now we could not continue further. Okay, the plan to bring Britain on their knees now is completely a failure. So Germany withdrew the forces. Okay, that means British government now was in a stronger position, and they got enough time to retaliate back with their Royal Air Force, and finally they became successful also. So the British, that means the war between Germany and Britain, what is the importance? From German side, they wanted to break the morale of Britain. Okay, and that is why they decided to attack or bombard the entire city. Radio station, aerodromes, city of London was bombarded, but they got time. British army, okay, got enough time, and then they also retaliated back, or they can say that they also counter attacked. Okay, so this counter attack made Germany feel that now it is not enough for us to continue. That is why they decided to withdraw the war. Okay, withdraw from the Battle of Britain. So you can see here that reason for German defeat. So in the Battle of Britain, what were the reason behind the defeat of Germany in the Battle of Britain? So number one reason is that Air Force plane was better armed. Okay, moreover, Luftwaffe had a flying time of only 90 minutes, which limited the range also and gave the British Empire time to regroup while the Luftwaffe refueled. So when Luftwaffe was about to refuel it again, that was a time when British Air Force got enough time to plan their attack. And the second one is that new radar station which they had launched in Britain, okay, gave enough warning about the lightning attack from Germany. So incoming German planes were easily detected, and the retaliation was easily possible due to new radar stations. And the third one is bombing of London was a tactical error. So that London city should not have been bombed. Okay, because it relieved pressure of the British airfields. So airfields were saved, and in spite of attacking the airfields, German Air Force bombarded the city of London. So that was simply the killing of civilians only. The airfields were completely, that means somewhat safe, and from there takeoff of the Royal Air Force was easily possible. Okay, now the second most important question is why is it regarded as the first turning point of the war? As I told you, why the Battle of Britain is regarded as the first turning point of the Second World War? So number one, there was a myth of German invincibility. So the myth of German invincibility, that means Germany cannot be defeated, now is completely broken. Okay, Germany can also be defeated. They are defeated. Okay, and number two, Germany was fighting on two fronts. Germany was fighting on two fronts. Okay, two fronts. And the third one is survival of Britain gave a tactical and moral boost to the allies who continue to resist the German advance along the Britain. That means Britain survived. So when Britain survived, morally they became more and more strong, and this side Germany felt that now we have wasted enough fuels and ammunitions bringing them back to their knees, but that was completely a failure. That is why, so these were some of the reasons due to which that means the World War II now is completely out of the hands of Germany. Okay, this is all about Battle of Britain. So great failure and the turning point for the defeat of Germany during the Second World War. Okay, so in this video I try to highlight the initial courses of the Second World War, how Germany started and how they are now on the back foot after the Battle of Britain. Okay, hope you all have understood it. So thank you very much for watching. So in the next video, in the next tutorial video, I'll be teaching you about Operation Barbarossa. We'll continue with this chapter, that is courses of the Second World War, in the coming videos. Till then, take care, stay safe, bye bye.